Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel Your Track. Um, Now I want to continue the history of Drukpa Kargyud lineage. I've already explained you the definition of Kargyud in general. So now it's time to explore the histories or history of or biography of different masters of Kargyupa in general and Drukpa Kargyud in particular. I've last time mentioned about Master Tilopa, Okay, so now I'm I would like to bring here the next Indian master. Tilopa was Indian master, and the second in the line was Naropa. Naropa was also Indian master. So second in the line of Kargyud lineage, and Naropa. So Naropa was born in one royal family in Kashmir. He was a prince actually, and he was also not interested in worldly life. He renounced his worldly life or luxurious life. He didn't want that, and he became monk. He in Kashmir at that time, used to have Buddhist monasteries and Buddhist practitioners, monks and yogis, etc. So he went to one of the Buddhist monk or master called Kashmir Pandita Jinamitra. So Jinamitra, Jinamitra's feet, he became monk, and after that he really went to central India, nowadays Bihar state. So Bihar state is nowadays not really in the central, but in the past Bihar was considered as one of the central India state. So there was a very famous university called Nalanda University. So in that university he took admission, and he studied there seriously, and he mastered all 5 Buddhist sciences or wisdoms, all the Buddha's teachings. He mastered all that, and after mastering and examinations and all these things, he passed, and he got the highest title, so-called Pandita, Mahapandita. Mahapandita means who knows all 5 sciences or whatever you call it. So 5 wisdoms, So he was the Mahapandita, and quite famous, became quite famous there. And he got the job to, keep, or let's say, guard the northern gate of Nalanda. Nalanda was quite big that time, very big compound, and there were 4 gates, at every direction. So he used to stayed at the northern gate of Nalanda, and his job was to guard the northern gate. That means he not only teach his students and disciples there, also you know he used to debate with those let's say Hinduistic philosophers or challengers who really want to challenge Buddhist scholars. So, as a scholar and professor of the Nalanda, he had to do that. That time, quite it was quite intellectual debates and something like that. He was not really satisfied with his achievement, whatever he achieved at the time. He want to meditate. He want to achieve something, power, or let's say inner power, or inner insight, realization, enlightenment, whatever you call. So he was missing that inner quality, and so he really wished to have a master who can really empower him in this type of practice and Buddhist Buddhist wisdom. One day he was reading a text, text, and he was trying to meditate and so on. Suddenly in the sky appeared a female goddess we call Dakini, who asked two questions. The first question were, do you know the meaning of the text that you are reading? Let's say the first question. She asked, do you know the meaning of that words which you are reading? He replied, yes, I do. She was very pleased and happy. She was like very happy. She was laughing and flew here and there. She was really happy. And second question was asked. She asked, do you really know the meaning of that tantric text? He obviously answered, yes, I do. At this very answer, she was really, really disappointed. She was like crying, and then she was, showing her, very, saddened, face and all these things. She was crying actually, and then Master Naropa was quite, curious to know why she was doing that. Why she was reacting like that. So she was there, and then he asked, why you are doing that, why you are reacting so strangely. At his question, she replied that when I asked first question, you were telling the truth. When I asked second question, you were lying me actually. That's why I'm reacting like that. But at the exchange of communication, he he realized to ask her, and he asked her, then what should I do then? I don't know, the meaning of text. Who can teach me, the meaning of text? So she replied him, there's my brother, living in Bengal, East Bengal or somewhere in India. You should go there and receive teaching from him. You have to go there, So she recommended to go to Tilopa, actually. His name is Tilopa and so on. So after hearing the name of Tilopa, he was very, how to say, impressed or, inspired, to meet this teacher or master. So he decided to go there, and he gave up his role as a professor there in Nalanda. He gave his role to one of his colleague or other professor called Rinchen Dorje, and he gave this job to him, and he went to see Tilopa. So later on in East Bengal or somewhere else, some say not in Bengal, it's in Mandi, nowadays Mandi Revulsor, nearby Revulsor in Himachal Pradesh. There's a river, flowing, and there's a cave of Tilopa, small cave, and new built nunnery is there. Nowadays there's a nunnery also, monastery. So there's a cave, of Tilopa, and nearby there's a river, flowing down. So people say that is the place where Naropa and Tilopa met, but I'm not sure. You have to research. It can be, but it cannot be. So some people say it's in East Bengal. So East Bengal is quite far. Nowadays Bangladesh. I don't know. At that time, Bangladesh was also, dominated by Buddhist practitioners and, Buddhist. Yeah, the land was full of Buddhist temples and Buddhist sites and Buddhist monks also. So he went there and he met Tilopa. Tilopa was, yogi or ascetic life, his lifestyle ascetic, and he was there nearby a river, not telling a word, just he was there, and catching fish, out of a river. What he was doing there, he caught the fish out of river, and he ate the head of the fish, and he used to throw the rest of the body into the water. So after seeing that, Naropa was like astonished. How can it be a great master? He kill animal, fish, and he eat also meat. How can he be master? He was quite hesitating. He was like not believing his eyes. After that, Tilopa, after eating the fish head, and throwing the fish body into the water or river, he used to snap his hand like this. He snaps like this. When he snaps, then that fish, came back into life with head and everything, just before. So Naropa was like, oh, what's happening? What's happening? Is it possible like that? He was like a little bit, wondered, what's happening, miracle, And then he really realized that that very person, at first, at first meeting, he was quite convinced that that is the master Tilopa, who can do such miracles and so on. So he spent let's say more than 12 years, some say 12 years, with Tilopa, but Tilopa never gave him any teaching. Instead, he let him to do awkward things, like let him to steal others wife, or jump from 9-story buildings or whatever like that. So he let him do such crazy things while staying with Tilopa. Naropa really tortured or suffered. In the reality, that was a test. Tilopa was testing how my son, or let's say my spiritual son, is capable and devoted to his master and to Kargyud teaching. So it says that Naropa had to go under 12 major, let's say, difficult tasks, and 24 minor difficult tasks. So in this during 12 years with his master, one day they were strolling in one barren land. There was nothing, no water, no grass, nothing, barren land. So Tilopa asked him, can you offer me a mandala? We Buddhists used to pray and offer our belongings to master, when it is required, as a respect, So Naropa told him, Master, there's nothing, there's nothing to offer you. I have nothing to offer you. What should I do? So he asked his master Tilopa, and Tilopa was really, really angry, about his question or his answer, and he took off his wooden sandal, and Tilopa hit very hardly on his head, Naropa's head, and so hard that his skull fell off from his head and on the ground. And then Tilopa again took that skull and put that back on the head. So when the skull fell off, Naropa was fainted. When he put back the skull on his head, he came into life again, or he came into consciousness. As soon as he came back to conscious, he knew everything, whatever Tilopa knew, or he realized, the ultimate stage of, let's say, realization or enlightenment or whatever, wisdom or insight. He got everything. He was like a realized master. He became really a master then, and so that is how Vajrayana teachers used to teach, or the method of the methodology of Kargyud masters are sometimes strange in the normal people eyes or worldly eyes. It's quite strange, right? But doing all these things, there is a result, and there is a good result, so you know so so I would like to end my words here. I would like to stop here. Thank you for watching me, and don't forget to watch the other videos I will post later on. So I hope you enjoy and you got what I meant. Thank you again. Bye bye.